Sometimes in life, the questions we carry the longest are the ones that we never get to ask in person. This letter that I'm going to be reading to you all is one of those moments, a reflection, a conversation across time and silence. It's written from the perspective of a daughter who only discovered her biological father long after he and her mother had already passed away. She came to us at DNAngels to assist her in identifying who her biological father is. And through DNA, some research, and fragments of a memory, we were able to piece together her biological truth. And what we found brought her as much longing as it did closure. My name's Tara Crawford. I'm a search angel here at DNAngels. And what I'm going to be sharing with you all is a letter that we received from our client, Mary. She just wanted to put some of her feelings down on paper, and I am going to be reading it to you, and this is in Mary's own words. This is called an open letter to my biological father. I have seen pictures of you as a young man, un bell'uomo. You were good at sports, you did well at school, and at the time of my conception, you were married and your wife was 7 months pregnant. What were you thinking? What was my mother thinking? I would love to know the details of your relationship with my mother. I worked out that you were at University of Adelaide at the same time. And when you were studying medicine, she was studying pharmacy. Then again, later when you were studying pharmacy and she was almost finished. I know during this period she was already in love, her own words, with my father, so I assume nothing happened between you. I am unsure of her work history between finishing her degree and opening her own pharmacy at Royston Park in 1956, and where you would have seen her. Did she pass on her suspicions to you that I may have been your child? For how long was the relationship between you intimate, or was it a one-time thing? If you had known that I was yours, would you have wanted to know me? I assume that your wife never knew of your indiscretion. Was it the only one? Was I the only one? That is no doubt what your children must be thinking also. You had 8 children and your wife had several miscarriages, as I have been told by your oldest son. I've met your oldest and your youngest sons and one niece. Several in the family want to deny my existence and think I'm a scammer. What is done and nothing can change that. If only they knew that all I want is a sense of my biological father and to meet my half-siblings, with the view of having a relationship. I now have 2 half-siblings who I thought were full brothers. My half-brothers are quite different to me. One is 5 years older and one almost 6 years younger. I would have loved to have grown up in a big Italian family. In fact, that was a fantasy of mine. In many ways, I have found out too late in life. Mother died in 2002 and you in 2004. All of your children have their own lives and there is no place for me. Still, my life has been good, and I may sound sad, but I'm just realistic about the situation. When we search for biological families, what we're really looking for is belonging. That missing reflection of ourselves, but sometimes all we find are stories that ended before we arrived. This letter reminds us that even without reunion, there can still be understanding, that love, loss, and identity are not erased by time. They're just rewritten in new ways. If you've discovered family through DNA or learned a truth too late to ask questions, you'll understand that this isn't just a story about one person. It's about all of us trying to find where we come from. Thank you so much, Mary, for sharing your story with us and allowing us to share with others. Let's all drop some yellow hearts in the comments for Mary. And if you found yourself in some type of DNA mystery and you need help, please reach out to us at DNAngels.org. Or if you've been a previous client and you have a story you want us to share, then reach out to us as well. We'd love to share your story in your own words.